Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the debate organized by EUPAVE on the topic of climate resilience and long-term transport investment. My name is Christophe Nicoud, and I'm the Director General of the European Union Road Federation, an association representing the sector of the European road infrastructure. And I'm quite pleased to be the moderator of this event this afternoon. When we talk about climate resilience, obviously we all think about recent series of natural disasters like floods, droughts, eruption, and in general, a series of different effects and consequences of the global warming. And all these elements obviously affect our transport infrastructure. And because these phenomena become more and more common and come more regularly, and if we consider the importance of transport for our economy, it is essential to have a new approach regarding transport infrastructure and the necessary investments to make it more resilient, capable to withstand and mitigate these effects. So this obviously requires a long-term vision. And this is why I really consider the event of this afternoon to be of a particular interest to address this topic. And I would like to thank EUPAVE for organizing it. And I would like now to give a very special thanks to our host this afternoon, Ms. Isabel García Muñoz, Spanish MEP of the Socialist and Democrat Group in the European Parliament and member of the Committee on Transport and Tourism. And as our host, I would like now to give you the floor, Mrs. García Muñoz, for the introduction and the welcome to the program of this afternoon. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Christophe. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank you for being here with us today. Allow me to warmly thank the European Concrete Paving Association, Mr. Luc Renz, Managing Director, and Mr. Stéphane Nicoud, President of the EUPAVE, for this important event and for giving me the privilege of welcoming you all. I would also like to thank Mr. Klaus Kondrup from DG Klima for being here to discuss with us one of the main challenges the EU is facing, climate change consequences from a technical, climate resilient and sustainable approach, presenting the climate proofing infrastructure guidance. It will also be a pleasure to have with us Mr. Jim Mack from CEMEX USA, who will present for us the topic of pavement resilience, EU's experiences and recommendations, and of course, Mr. Christophe Nicoud from European Roads Federation, who will moderate the debate. I would like to introduce myself briefly. I am Isabel García Muñoz. I am a full member of the TRAN committee. I have been involved in several files related to networks and financing, namely the negotiation on the current Connection Euro facility, the revision of the Trans-European Transport Network, and the most recent Parliament report on road safety. The topic of today's debate is a very interesting one because it relates very hot topics of the EU transport policies agenda: resilience, infrastructure, and financing. However, we have to understand and analyze these three concepts within the current political and socioeconomic context. As you are all aware of, climate change is at the core of the European Union agenda, and in consequence, it has an influence in the three subjects we will reflect on during today's session. Climate change is a serious concern for Europeans. the impact of global warming is transforming our environment, our societies, and our economies. Extreme heat waves and climate-related extremes, such as forest fires or flash floods, are becoming more frequent in Europe, but also around the world. We are already noticing the severe consequences on the productivity of Europe's economy. Availability to produce food, public health, biodiversity, political stability, and without any doubts in infrastructure. Believe me when I say that I know this firsthand. Coming from Spain, I can guarantee we have experienced more extreme weather these past years. My region, Aragon, suffered from the severe snowstorm Filomena last year and had a terrible impact in agriculture and infrastructure, among others. Before this scenario, the European Union has responded and committed to be a leader in the global fight against climate change and in favor of climate neutrality by 2050. The European Green Deal has become the EU roadmap to achieve the latter and has set the strategy to accelerate the transition towards a modern, competitive, and climate neutral economy. And as I have said many times, no one can be left behind. There is no doubt that all sectors have to do their part in the transformation, including the industry and the transport sector. However, there should be support for these sectors and workers, which are more vulnerable to the transition. In the case of transport, the Commission presented more than a year ago their Sustainable and Smart Mobility Strategy, which defines the path to achieve 90% reduction in transport-related greenhouse emissions by 2050 and make the sector more competitive, safer, and more affordable for all. The first flagship of this strategy recognizes the importance of fostering and updating infrastructure in line with the new digital, green, and security needs. It also gives a central place to resilience and recognizes that ensuring our transport system is truly resilient against future crises must be a key objective of the Union's transport policy. As I mentioned before, I was part of the negotiation team for the Connecting Europe facility for 21-27, a financing program which will be key to achieve the targets of the European Green Deal and, in consequence, of the mobility strategy. We actually ensure 60% of the new CEF's budget will be allocated to projects in line with the Union's climate objectives and transport models. We succeeded in recognizing resilience of infrastructure as a financing priority. Nowadays, CEF supports actions improving transport infrastructure resilience, in particular to climate change and natural disasters and cybersecurity threats. Something to introduce in the debate is that the materials we construct infrastructures with can also have an impact in sustainability, making vehicles pollute less and therefore contributing to the green transition. In addition, resilience of infrastructure can, among others, improve not only sustainability but also performance and safety of the transport network. It can avoid possible damages, prevent accidents, or have the adaptability to make it more user-friendly to people with reduced mobility or with disabilities. I cannot forget to mention the recent Commission's proposal for the revision of the Trans-European Transport Network, where resilience has a very important place. The revision contains provisions on resilience and quality of infrastructures for each mode of transport. Moreover, it incorporates a new specific article on resilience of infrastructures, something which I consider very good news. Since, as I previously mentioned, climate change is accelerating and infrastructures need to be adapted and ready to address other challenges related to cybersecurity or traffic disruptions, which will be crucial if we face another crisis in the logistic chain, such as the one in the Suez Canal. Finally, yet importantly, I would like to comment that infrastructure and resilience will play a vital role in the global gateway strategy announced by the President of the Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, because of its strategic importance and influence in the European Union socioeconomic and security spheres. This is why today's debate is so pertinent and up-to-date. This session should allow us to reflect on ways of making EU transport more resilient, how to address the green and digital transformation of the sector, and how to find the technical solutions, both viable and beneficial for the safety of people and environment, which are capable of updating to the new challenges. Of course, no objective or need that we mentioned today could be achieved without targeted investment. This is why I would like to invite you to also reflect on the possible smart synergies between national funding and EU funding programs, such as CEF, ERDF, Cohesion Fund, Recovery and Resilience Facility, and also reflect on how to effectively attract private investment, give investors legal certainty to support and advance in this common goal of ours, making infrastructure more resilient and sustainable, in other words, more fit for the future. I would like to thank you, all of you, for your attention. And now I would like to give the floor to Mr. Stéphane Nicoud, President of EUPAVE, whom I would like to thank again for his confidence. I wish you have a fruitful debate. I will have to leave you now because I have another meeting starting now, but my assistant will follow the event and take notes. And you, of course, can contact me if you want to continue the discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. García Muñoz, for this very detailed and pertinent introduction. And without losing time, I will now give the floor to Stéphane Nicoud, President of EUPAVE.
Thank you, Christophe. Hello, everybody. On behalf of EUPAVE, I would like to welcome you all in this debate on climate resilience and long-term transport investment. First of all, I would like to thank our honorable member of the Parliament, Mrs. Isabel García, for her nice words and for hosting our annual event in such special circumstances. Indeed, since the beginning of its existence, EUPAVE has organized an annual event hosted by prominent EU decision makers, promoting debates and exchanges on key EU issues. I would also like to express gratitude to all the speakers of our today's debate, and particularly to the representative of the European Commission, Mr. Klaus Kondrup, whose contribution, I'm sure, will be highly appreciated in a moment where climate proofing infrastructure and so-called climate mainstreaming is affecting the whole European industry. EUPAVE, the European Concrete Paving Association, is a non-profit European association which promotes the benefits of cement and concrete for transport infrastructure and related areas. We are committed to promote and defend the specific contribution of concrete to higher road safety, public spending, efficiency and sustainability in roads, tunnels, urban areas, railway, tram, bus lanes and airfields. EUPAVE plays a promotional and technical role for the benefit of its members, be it national cement associations, road designers, road contractors, material suppliers, equipment manufacturers, etc., by means of exchange of experience, know-how, best practice, and also technical brochures and promotional material. EUPAVE is very active also in liaising with public authorities like the European Parliament, but also with the Commission to raise awareness on the high benefits of concrete for transport infrastructure and vastly untapped benefits of concrete pavement solutions. In this regard, EUPAVE has produced numerous position papers and fact sheets on road-related European issues, such as circular economy, high albedo and less fuel consumption, zero maintenance road, green public procurement rules, and desirable competition between pavement industries. And most recently, EUPAVE published a new fact sheet on climate resilience that we will distribute after this event. We believe that this publication can help plan, design, and build the sustainable roads of the future. Ladies and gentlemen, the adaptation to climate change calls on each of us to contribute to this immense mission from our area of expertise. We in EUPAVE, we are ready and would like to fully participate with this event in the debate for a better future for all and more resilient transport infrastructure and roads. I therefore hope for a lively and fruitful debate on the choice required for more investment on climate resilient transport infrastructure. Thank you and enjoy the debate.